Hello, everyone. Hopefully you can see me okay and hear me okay. Um, Thank you all for joining us tonight for trivia. I will just give it a couple seconds here while people log in, and then we will get started. It's working, you guys. I can't tell you how glad that this stupid video stream is working. Things are going to be a little different tonight if you've played before. If you haven't played, welcome. My name is Caleb Masters. I'm inventory manager here at Bookmarks. I'm so excited you're playing trivia with us tonight. Normally, Jamie is helping me grade from home. She's had events like 12 nights in a row, so she's taking the night off. So the way grading is going to work tonight, there's Google Forms up in the chat box. I also sent them in the email. Rather than grading after every round, I'm just going to grade it at the end of the quiz. And then immediately following the quiz, I'll send you guys final scores and the coupon. Yes. Some very quick housekeeping. If you need questions repeated, go ahead and put them in the chat box there to the side. I will try to catch them at the end of the round. We just wrapped up our silent auction and fundraiser for the year here at Bookmarks. So thank you to everyone who participated, bought a book, donated. We really, really appreciate it. It's been a weird year for everyone, but it's been an interesting year for Bookmarks, and we just appreciate all the support in big ways and in small. So without further ado, I'm going to see if I can figure out screen sharing on this, and then we are going to get started. So all right. So tonight's categories are, so the way it works, is there's 5 rounds with 10 repeating categories. Tonight's categories are Name That Cover. These are book covers with the text removed. You just need to tell me the title and author. Bestsellers. These are questions about best-selling books. Extra, extra, read all about it. So these are kind of famous novels, plots summarized as newspaper headlines. You can just give me the title and the author. I want to go to there. So these are questions about book settings. So usually I'm looking for the name of the setting in the book, not the title or author, but I'll clear it up as we get to those questions. I'm ready for my close-up illustrated edition. So these are portraits of authors. I just need you to tell me their name. Mysterious mysteries. So questions about mystery novels. That's Child's Play. Questions about children's literature. Cover from Another Mother. So these are popular books, but I give you a few of their international covers, and you just try to tell me the title and author. Swords and Spaceships. So questions about science fiction and fantasy literature. And literary before and after. So these are 2 titles that share a word in the middle, like A Wrinkle in Time for Bed, as you see there. I'll give you clues, and you try to puzzle it out. All right, so hopefully you've got those Google Sheets up and you are ready to enter. We are going to head straight into round 1. So round 1, Name That Cover. So this is a children's novel from 1970. Just looking for the title of the book and the author. We'll get you a point as well. So published in 1970, classic work of children's literature. Just looking for the title and the author if you know it. With Crowdcast, this is weird because you guys can see a little version of me the whole time down there, so I have to be careful. I'm on screen the whole time. Okay. Number 2, bestsellers. Released August 5th, 2020, this companion novel to the Twilight Saga tells the story of Twilight from the perspective of Edward Cullen. The novel sold 1 million copies its first week of release, which is nuts. We sold like 30 of those. So released August of this year. Can you remember the title of this companion novel to Twilight? And the author of the novel as well will get you a point. All right, number 3, extra, extra, read all about it. Kansas girl faces fanciful ordeal over footwear. Kansas girl faces fanciful ordeal over footwear. So this is a children's novel from 1900. It was adapted into a quite famous film in 1939. Just looking for the title of the book, and the author will get you a point as well. Kansas girl faces fanciful ordeal over footwear from 1900. Number 4, I Want to Go to There. Bridget Jones, Oliver Twist, Mrs. Dalloway, Dorian Gray, and many, many more have called this thriving capital home. A quick hop, skip, and a jump across the pond, and you could too. So I'm giving you a bunch of literary characters, and they all call this thriving capital home. So I just need the name of the place. So no titles, no authors, just the name of the place will get you a point. Jones, Oliver Twist, Mrs. Dalloway, Dorian Gray, and many, many more. Where do they all hail from? Please let me know, won't you? All right, number 5. I'm ready for my close-up. Who is this woman? Remember, so these are all author illustrations. I just need the name of the author. She was born in 1775. She passed away in 1817, at age 41. So 1775 to 1817. Very famous English novelist, just looking for her name. And for those of you who haven't played before, joining us for the first time, we do tend to start off, hopefully, slightly easier, and then it gets pretty brutal by round 5. Just looking for the name of this author. Number 6, Mysterious Mysteries. Agatha Christie published over 66 novels and 14 short story collections during her life, and is considered by many to be the queen of the mystery genre. For a point each, can you remember the names of her 2 most famous detectives? So if you can only remember one, that's fine. You can get a point for each. So can you remember the names of Agatha Christie's 2 most famous detectives? You get a point for each detective if you can remember them. Number 7, that's Child's Play. The crime-solving capabilities of Nancy Drew first appeared in 1930 with The Secret of the Old Clock. Over 530 subsequent books have been released in this series, all ghostwritten and sharing this author pseudonym. An extra point is available if you can remember the pseudonym that the companion series of The Hardy Boys is published under. So all of the Nancy Drew books are published under the same author pseudonym. So I need that author pseudonym. You can get a point. And if you know which one the Hardy Boys are published under, you can get a point for that as well. Point for each available. All right, number 8, cover from Another Mother. So these are various international covers of a 2008 young adult novel. You can get a point for the title of the book, and the author will give you another point as well. So 3 international covers here. Can you give me the English title of the book and the author's name as well? Published in 2008. Seems longer ago in my head, but I guess that's when it came out. All right, number 9, Swords and Spaceships. In 1950, C.S. Lewis's beloved Chronicles of Narnia began with The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Narnia is filled with magical denizens and creatures, the first of whom we meet is Mr. Tumnus. Can you remember what type of mythological creature he is? So, what type of creature is Mr. Tumnus? You get a point. You can remember. So, Lion, the Witch, Wardrobe, we meet Mr. Tumnus. What kind of creature is he? And finally, the last question of the first round, number 10, literary before and after. Potter and Pal's penultimate adventure meets R.O.U.S.'s Buttercup, the Dread Pirate Roberts, and others in this 1973 novel. So remember, these are 2 titles that you can smush together with some shared words, with a shared word. So Potter and Pal's penultimate adventure meets R.O.U.S.'s Buttercup, the Dread Pirate Roberts, and others in this 1973 novel. Right. And that is the end of round 1. Hopefully not too bad. If you need anything repeated, go ahead and stick it in the chat there. If not, I'll give you guys a little bit of time to do that. If not, we can move on to the answers. Last question. Yes, we'll go back to last question. And I guess we'll move a little faster tonight because we don't have to wait for Jamie to grade. So let me go back. We have number 7 and the last question. So we'll go back to number 7. All right. So this is about Nancy Drew. Can you remember the author pseudonym that all of the Nancy Drew novels are published under? And you can get another point if you can remember the Hardy Boys author. And then the last question. So Potter and Pal's penultimate adventure meets R.O.U.S.'s Buttercup and the Dread Pirate Roberts. And it looks like we have a request for question 3. So I'll go back in just a second to question 3. So this is a novel from 1900 children's novel that was adapted into a quite famous film in 1939. A Kansas girl faces fanciful ordeal over footwear. It's looking for the title of the book, and the author will get you a point as well. And looks like that's it. So we're going to do how we normally do. I'll give you guys a countdown from 10, and then I'll if I don't see any other repeats here. All right. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Hopefully you got your answers in. And I'll grade all 5 rounds at the end so we can just move. I close this. We can move straight into round 1 answers. Follow along at home. Grade yourselves at home. All right, so first one, name that cover. That was the cover of Fantastic Mr. Fox by Roald Dahl. Good job, everybody. The bestseller I was looking for was Midnight Sun by Stephenie Meyer, the new Twilight experience. Extra, extra. We were looking for The Wonderful Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum. I want to go to there. London was the name, the city I was looking for. London. That was an illustration of Jane Austen. Agatha Christie's detectives, her 2 most famous are Hercule Poirot and Mrs. Marple. Miss Marple. Carolyn Keene is the Nancy Drew pseudonym, and Frank W. Dixon is the one for the Hardy Boys. Those are all international covers of The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Mr. Tumnus is a faun or a satyr. Both are acceptable. So if you wrote faun or satyr, you will get a point. And literary before and after, we have Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Princess Bride. So Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Princess Bride. All right. Awesome, awesome, everyone. So we are going to move straight into round 2. Yeah. All right. The way screen sharing works on this is like when I'm sharing my screen, I can't see the comments, so I have to keep flicking back and forth. So if I miss some, I apologize. I'll try to keep my eye on it, though. All right, so number 1 in round 2, name that cover. So this is the most recent paperback edition of this 2005 novel, written by a Nobel Prize winning author, as you can see there. So if you can remember the name of this 2005 dystopian novel, that will get you a point. And the author as well. 2005 novel, dystopian novel by Nobel Prize winning author. Can you remember? All right, number 2, bestsellers. Subtitles, The Origin of Our Discontent. This nonfiction title released on August 8th, 2020, and is currently on the New York Times bestseller list and was the most recent pick in Oprah's book club. The idea for the book was developed as the author was doing research for her acclaimed 2010 book, The Warmth of Other Suns. So I'm giving you the subtitle, but looking for the title of this recently released nonfiction book. And the author will get you a point. Subtitled The Origins of Our Discontent, this nonfiction title released on August 8th, 2020, is currently on the bestseller list and was the most recent Oprah Book Club pick. And she developed the idea for this book while working on her previous Warmth of Other Suns. So a point for the title and a point for the author. Number 3, extra, extra, read all about it. Moody New York teen complains while sporting red hat. So this is from a 1951 novel I'm looking for. Moody New York teen complains while sporting red hat. So the title will get you a point, and the author will get you a point as well. Published in 1951. Looking for the title and the author. Moody New York teen complains while sporting red hat. Number 4, I want to go to there. Got shopping to do? We've got you covered. Try Dervish and Bangs, Glad Rags Wizard Wear, and Scriven Shaft's Quill Shop. And after all that shopping, indulge in some sweets from Honeydukes and a nice cool pint from the 3 Broomsticks. So you might surmise the universe I'm asking about, but I'm asking about a specific place, town within this universe. So where can you find all of these various shops and restaurants? Name of that setting. Got shopping to do? We've got you covered. Try Dervish and Bangs, Glad Rags, Wizard Wear, and Scriven Shaft's Quill Shop. And after all that shopping, indulge in some sweets from Honeydukes and a nice cool pint from the 3 Broomsticks. So just looking for the name of the locale where you can find all of these places. Number 5, I'm ready for my close-up. We have another author illustration here. Who is this woman? She was born in 1891, passed away in 1960 at age 60. Just looking for her name. You can puzzle it out. Many works of fiction and prose and poetry, but most well known for one novel. Looking for her name. Born in 1891, passed away in 1960. All right, number 6, Mysterious Mysteries. Best known for her Dublin Murder Squad novels, beginning with 2007's In the Woods, this First Lady of Irish Crime has become a huge international name amongst mystery readers. On October 6th of this year, she will be publishing her latest standalone mystery, The Searcher. So just looking for the author's name in this case. Best known for her Dublin Murder Squad. And she has another book called The Searcher coming out soon. Just looking for her name. All right, number 7, That's Child's Play. Beginning with 1992's Welcome to the Dead House and ending with 1997's Monster Blood 4, the original run of this children's horror series boasted 62 titles and sold hundreds of millions of copies. It has gone on to have 5 spin-off series, a TV show, and 2 feature-length films. So just looking for the name of this very popular children's series. And the author gets you a point as well. So it started with Welcome to the Dead House and ended with Monsters Blood 4, the original run. It sold many, many copies. I was quite a big fan in my youth. Looking for the name of the series and the author as well. Number 8, Cover from Another Mother. So these are various international covers of a highly acclaimed 2018 novel that was recently adapted into a TV series. It was nominated for the Booker Prize and a bunch of other literary prizes. So published in 2018. Just looking for the title of the book, and the author will get you a point as well. So 3 international covers of this 2018 novel. Can you puzzle it out? Okay. Move on to number 9, Swords and Spaceships. Born in 1947, this American science fiction author is one of the most influential and important within the genre. With novels like Kindred, Wild Seed, Parable of the Sower, and many more, she explored the far-reaching issues of race, sex, and power through the lens of science fiction. She passed away from a stroke at age 58 in 2006. So I've given you 3 titles of the science fiction author. So I'm just looking for their name. Who wrote Kindred, Wild Seed, and Parable of the Sower? If you can remember that, you'll get a point. And the last question of round 2, number 10, literary before and after. We have Sendak's 1963 best-selling picture book meets Judy Blume's 1970 coming-of-age classic. So Sendak's 1963 best-selling picture book meets Judy Blume's 1970 coming-of-age classic. See if you can puzzle it out and join these 2 titles together. Okay, and that is the end of round 2. Just let me know here in the chat if you'd like anything repeated, and I'm happy to do that. Give everyone a couple seconds here, catch up. Hope you're all doing well out there in virtual land. All right. I think this question 2 request was from the first round, and I missed it. Question 4, you got it. Question 2 and question 4. All right. Question 4. So got shopping to do? Where can you find Dervish and Bangs, Glad Rags, Wizardwear, Scriven Shaft's Quill Shop, Honeydukes, and the 3 Broomsticks? So a relatively specific place where you can find all of these things. Question 2 and then question 1. All right. So this is a recent non-fiction release from the author of The Warmth of Other Suns. And I've given you the subtitle, which is The Origins of Our Discontent. So I'm just looking for the title and the author's name as well. And question 1 and then 8. What did I say about this one? 2005 dystopian novel by a Nobel Prize winning author. Looking for the title of the book, and author will get you a point as well. These are 3 international covers of a 2018 novel. It's been recently adapted into a TV series. It was nominated for the Booker Prize and a lot of other literary awards. Just looking for the title and author if you know it. And that looks like that's it. So I'm going to start my fun countdown here. Get ready to submit your answers in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's it. That's all she wrote. Hopefully you got your round 2 answers in time. We're going to go over the answers. So number 1 in round 2, name that cover. The paperback cover of Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. Great book. Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. The best-selling book we were looking for was Cast. Cast by Isabel Wilkerson, the newest Oprah pick. Book. That was a headline for The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. I want to go to Hogsmeade. So Hogsmeade was the name of the place that we were looking for. That was an illustration of Zora Neale Hurston. The mystery author I was looking for was Tana French. The children's series was Goosebumps by R.L. Stine. Those were international covers of Normal People by Sally Rooney. Normal People by Sally Rooney. The sci-fi author I was looking for was Octavia E. Butler. If you left out the E, that's fine. Octavia Butler is fine. Octavia E. And the before and after was Where the Wild Things Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. So Where the Wild Things Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Hopefully you all did amazing. It was weird not having to stall for time, but I guess we'll just go straight into round 3 here. So round 3. Number 1, name that cover. So this is a 1965 novel. On the left here, we have the first edition cover. And on the right, we have kind of the current paperback edition cover of this book. Looking for the title for a point, and the author will give you a point as well. It's published in 1965. Number 2, bestsellers. Released on July 21st, 2020, and it was a New York Times bestseller. The Answer is the memoir of this television personality recounting his life and relationships, as well as his work on this game show. So I've given you the name of his memoir. The answer is just looking for his name, and you can get another point if you know the name of the show that he hosts. Released July of this year, a bestseller for a few weeks. The answer is memoir of this television personality, recounting his life and relationships, as well as his work on this game show. So looking for the name of the dude and the name of the show. Number 3, extra, extra, read all about it. Man and his man Friday survived 28 years on desert island. Man and his man Friday survived 28 years on desert island. So this is a novel from 1719. Looking for the title of this 1719 novel, and the author will get you a point as well. Man and His Man Friday survived 28 years on Desert Island. Number 4, I Want to Go to There. A wild forest for you to explore. See the sandy pit where Rue plays, the bee tree, big stones and rocks, and 6 big trees. Be careful as you wander, the trap for heffalumps, and the grove where the woozle wasn't. Where can we find all these things? The sandy pit where Rue plays, the bee tree, big stones and rocks, the trap for heffalumps, and the grove where the woozle wasn't. Remember, just looking for the name of the setting, not the name of a book or an author, but where can we find all these things? Big stones and rocks, 6 big trees. Okay, number 5. I'm ready for my close-up. Another illustration here. Author was born in 1882, passed away in 1941 at age 59. Just looking for her name. Pretty famous novelist, born in 1882, passed away in 1941 at age 59. Looking for her name. All right, number 6, Mysterious Mysteries. Born in 1931, British author David John Moore Cromwell is better known by this pen name. Known for his espionage novels, he has published 25 works to date, with the latest being 2019's Agent Running in the Field. So, very famous novelist when it comes to spy literature. Published 25 novels. Most recent being Agent Running in the Field. So his long British name is David John Moore Cornwell. But what is his pen name? He's better known. See if you can remember it. All right, number 7, that's Child's Play. First appearing as a sandbox and crafting video game in 2009, this franchise has spawned 4 official novels, a graphic novel series, and countless strategy guidebooks. In 2014, Microsoft purchased the rights to the franchise for $2.5 billion. The game itself has become the best-selling video game of all time, with 200 million copies sold and over 126 million active monthly users as of earlier this year, with about 68% of children ages 9 to 12 playing at least once a week. Behemoth franchise that spawned tons of novels and books and graphic novels. If you have a small child, ask them. They'll probably know. They're just looking for the name of the franchise here that spawned a bunch of novels, graphic novel, and many, many strategy guides. Just looking for the name of the franchise. All right, number 8, Cover from Another Mother. So this is a 2011 novel, science fiction novel. These are 3 international covers, and it was adapted into a 2018 Steven Spielberg directed film. Just looking for the title of the book, if you know it in English, and the author will get you a point as well. So 2011 novel, adapted into a 2018 film directed by Steven Spielberg. Looking for the title and the author. Okay, number 9, Swords and Spaceships. Published in 1968, this science fiction novel centers around never-before-seen alien race using a large crystalline monolith to investigate worlds across the galaxy and, if possible, to encourage the development of intelligent life. It was developed and published concurrently with a 1968 Kubrick film of the same name, with the author of the novel writing the screenplay of the film with Kubrick. So, a 1968 book developed with a 1968 film of the same name. So, looking for the title and the author of the novel and screenplay will get you a point as well. So, never before seen alien race using a monolith to encourage the development of intelligent life. 1968. Very influential film. Okay. And the last question of round 3, number 10, literary before and after. Heller's 1961 satirical war novel meets Rohan and the Battle of Helm's Deep in this 1954 novel. Heller's 1961 satirical war novel meets Rohan and the Battle of Helm's Deep in this 1954 novel. Titles, try to smush them together the best you can. I believe in you. (1961) satirical war novel from Heller meets Rohan in the Battle of Helm's Deep. And that, dear friends, is the end of round 3. So if you have any need for repetition, let me know. Question 5 and 9. Awesome. All right, what did I tell you? Born in 1882, passed away in 1941 at age 59. Very influential modern novelist. I believe that's all I said. So, 1882 to 1941. And question 9. Looks like lots of question 5s here. I'll let you look at it a little longer. So, very acclaimed modern novelist, 1882 to 1941. And question 9, we'll go to question 9 now. So this is a work from 1968. Both the novel and the film are both from that same year, and they share a name. The director of the film was Kubrick. So just looking for the author of the book and screenplay, and the title of the novel slash film. 5 and 9. Not seeing a ton of others. I think mayhaps I will start my countdown. I believe in all of you. You're doing amazing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you for getting in your round 3 answers. So now that they've been submitted, find out if you were correct or not. So number 1 in round 3, name that cover. These were covers of Dune by Frank Herbert. First edition there on the left, and then a recent one on the right. The bestseller book was Alex Trebek's memoir, He Hosts Jeopardy! That was a headline for Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe. The place I want to go is the 100 Acre Wood. 100 Acre Wood is where you can find all those things. That was a portrait of a very famous photograph of Virginia Woolf. Virginia Woolf was who we're looking for. John Le Carré was the pen name we're looking for, very famous for his espionage books. Minecraft was the name of the property. That is, it's got all the kids excited. Those were international covers of Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. The sci-fi work was 2001: A Space Odyssey, and the author was Arthur C. Clarke. Arthur C. Clarke. And finally, literary before and after, Catch 22 Towers. Catch 22 Towers. Good job, one and all. All right, so I guess without further ado, we're going to head into round 4. Get your Google Forms pulled up, and we'll go. Round 4. So number 1 here, we have name that cover. So name the cover of this book. So this is a novel published in March of this year, March 2020, by a pretty acclaimed novelist. Her most recent work before this was a dystopian book. I won't give you the title because that will help too much. If you happen to be a member of Bookmark's Signed First Editions Club, you're in luck. You own a copy of this book. So published in March 2020, looking for the title of the book, and the author will get you a point as well. And I forgot to say at the beginning, so I'll say it again here. I'm pretty lenient with spelling as long as it's close to what it's supposed to be. And with authors' names, I mostly care about the last name. Unless their last name is Smith or something like that, then I need a little more detail. But I'm a fairly lenient grader. So looking for the title and author of this 2020 book. All right, number 2, best sellers. Often cited as one of the best-selling novels of all time, this 1844 story tells of a man who is wrongfully imprisoned, escapes from jail, acquires a fortune, and sets about exacting revenge on those responsible for his imprisonment. It has been adapted to the screen over 40 times, with the most popular English adaptation being a 2002 film starring Jim Caviezel and Guy Pearce. So looking for the name of this 1844 novel, and the author will get you a point as well. man wrongfully imprisoned escapes, acquires a fortune, and then takes revenge on everybody. Title and author is what I'm looking for. All right. Number 3, extra, extra, read all about it. War veteran takes decade to return home, then goes on killing spree. This headline has been ripped from the 8th century BCE, is where the work is from. So war veteran takes decade to return home, then goes on killing spree. Looking for the title of the work, if you can remember it. And the author will get you a point as well. From the 8th century BCE. All right, number 4, I want to go to there. Come visit this capital of the kingdom in the north. The ancestral seat of House Stark has plenty to offer. Gaze at the Godwood, explore the catacombs full of old Stark lords and ladies, or plan your trip to the Wall. So where are we going? This is the capital of the kingdom in the north, ancestral seat of House Stark. Gaze at the Godwood, explore the catacombs full of old Stark lords and ladies. So what place am I referring to? Oh, I see in the chat there. Well, I'm glad it's not me. I'm glad most of you can hear me. Sorry, Suzanne. Hope you can figure it out. All right, number 5. I'm ready for my close-up. Who is this amazing woman? We have 2 portraits for you here, a younger version and a slightly older version. She was born in 1929. She passed away in 2018 at age 88. Very influential in the realms of kind of fantastic fiction. So 2 portraits here. Born in 1929, passed away in 2018 at age 88. Multiple novels, books of nonfiction, poetry, children's literature. She did it all. Just looking for her name. All right, number 6, Mysterious Mysteries. Published in 1930, this detective novel is an enduring classic of the genre, wherein we follow Sam Spade and various shenanigans revolving around a jeweled enamel figurine. It was famously adapted into a film in 1941, directed by John Huston and starring Humphrey Bogart as Spade. Can you remember the name of this 1930 novel, which also shares its title with a 1941 film starring Humphrey Bogart? Although Sam Spade and various shenanigans about a jeweled enamel figurine. The title will get you a point, and the author will get you a point as well. All right, number 7, That's Child's Play. That's Child's Play. This 1989 novel from the author of The Giver follows Anne-Marie Johansson and her Jewish family as they try to escape Copenhagen during the Second World War. It was awarded the Newbery Award in 1990 and has sold almost 3 million copies since its publication. So I've given you one of the other author's other works there, The Giver. So if you can remember who wrote The Giver, you're halfway there. Can you remember the title of this 1989 work about the Johansen family during the Second World War? All right, number 8, Cover from Another Mother. So these are various international covers of this 2012 thriller. This was the thriller of 2012. For the title of the book, if you can remember it, and the author's name will get you a point as well. This can be kind of hard, so I tried to choose some covers that were at least thematically evocative of the English cover. So looking for the title of this 2012 thriller, and the author will get you a point as well. All right, number 9, Swords and Spaceships. Beginning as a podcast in 2012, created by Joseph Fink, this book series expands on the strange occurrences in this fictional town in the southwestern United States. So far, 3 novels have been published. Welcome to Blank, 2017's It Devours, and 2020's The Faceless Old Woman Who Secretly Lives in Your Home. So looking for the name of the town / property / the rest of the title of the first book. So the name of the place, the fictional southwestern United States town where these novels take place, and also this acclaimed podcast takes place. So 2015's Welcome to Blank, and 2017's It Devours, and 2020's The Faceless Old Woman Who Secretly Lives in Your Home. Question 8. Sure, let's go ahead and just do question 8 again right now. So these are international covers from 2012 thriller. This was the thriller of 2012. Very, very popular work that was very influential. Looking for the title of the book, and the author can get you a point as well if you can remember it. The final question, number 10, literary before and after. Kevin Kwan's 2020 best-selling glittering tale of a woman who finds herself torn between 2 men meets Thackeray's 1848 novel following Becky Sharp and Amelia Sedley during and after the Napoleonic Wars. See if you can puzzle these out. Oh, I see your comment there, Karen. I will go back to number 3 in just a second here. Kevin Kwan's 2020 best-selling glittering tale of a woman who finds herself torn between 2 men meets Thackeray's 1848 novel following Becky Sharp and Amelia Sedley during and after the Napoleonic Wars. So number 3 and number 7, we have 4 repeats. So let's get this train rolling. Number 3, so this is looking for the title of a work from the 8th century BCE. War veteran takes decade to return home, then goes on killing spree. So looking for the title for a point, and the author will get you a point as well. And number 7, and if anyone else needs some repeated, go ahead and check them in the chat there. So this 1989 novel from the author of The Giver follows Anne Marie Johansson and her Jewish family as they try to escape Copenhagen during the Second World War. Won the Newbery Award and has sold many, many copies since its publication. You can remember who wrote The Giver. There's a point there. And question 5, author photos. Awesome. So this is a much beloved and influential author of fantastic fiction, born in 1929, passed away in 2018 at age 88, and kind of wrote across the age gamut. Lots of works for adults, some poetry, some essays about writing, and then some children's novels as well. Kevin Kwan's 2020 novel meets Thackeray's 1848 novel. Let's see if you can. Number 9, okay. Back to number 9. So this began as a podcast in 2012, and it's become popular enough that there's now a series of novels as well, pretty good novels. It's looking for the name of the fictional town, which is also kind of the name of the podcast. So welcome to Blank. It devours the faceless old woman who secretly lives in your home. These are 3 works, just looking for the name of the fictional town. All right. Looks like that might be it. So I'm going to go ahead and start my countdown. Please decide on your final answers and submit. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Thank you so much. So that is round 4, everyone. Only 1 round to go. Round 4 answers. So name that cover. The cover I was looking for from this March novel was The Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mandel, who wrote Station 11. So The Glass Hotel. The bestseller we were looking for was The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. The extra was The Odyssey by Homer. Where do we want to go? We want to go to Winterfell. Winterfell, the seat of the kingdom in the north. Those were illustrations, both young and old, of Ursula K. Le Guin. Ursula K. Le Guin. The mystery we were looking for was The Maltese Falcon by Dashiell Hammett. The children's book we were looking for was Number the Stars by Lois Lowry. Number the Stars by Lois Lowry. Those were all international covers of Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. With the hair, you know. Night Vale. So welcome to Night Vale. So Night Vale is the name of the fictional place / the kind of franchise name. And finally, literary before and after, Kevin Kwan's Sex and Vanity and Thackeray's Vanity Fair. So Sex and Vanity Fair was the literary before and after. All right, good job, everybody. On to the home stretch here. Round 5, get ready. And like I mentioned earlier, I will, once I get offline with you guys, I will grade everyone's answers very quickly, and then I'll send you off an email, hopefully maybe just like 15 minutes after we end. You can see where you all stand. So round 5, the final round. Number 1, name that cover. So this is a very recent release. It came out on August 4th of this year. Very, very good novel. And the author just actually won was one of the recipients of the National Book Awards, 5 Under 35, I believe. So see if you can remember the name of this book, and the author will get you a point as well. Published August 4th, 2020. I have a feeling it will end up on a lot of end-of-year lists. All right, number 2, best sellers. Selling over 60 million copies around the world, this 1992 romance novella by Robert James Waller tells the story of a married woman in 1960s Iowa who begins an affair with a photographer from out of town. It was adapted into a film of the same name in 1995, starring Clint Eastwood and Meryl Streep. So I've given you the author of the book, Robert James Waller, just looking for the title, which is also the title of the 1995 film. So 60 million copies is a lot. Visit your local used bookstore and you will see 30 of them. Looking for the title of this Robert James Waller book, which is also the title of the film. Number 3, extra, extra, read all about it. Opinion. Deformed bell ringer reflects our deformed society. This is an opinion headline describing this 1831 novel. Opinion, deformed bell ringer reflects our deformed society. So just looking for the title of this 1831 work, and the author will get you a point as well. Opinion, deformed bell ringer reflects our deformed society. What 1831 novel could I be describing? Number 4, I want to go to there. I practiced this off the air and I forgot how I did it. So Yoknapatawapa County, Mississippi awaits. I'm so sorry, everyone. Tomb down the Tallahatchie River. Come visit this sleepy southern land where this acclaimed author has set the majority of his novels. So we have a fictional county in Mississippi, which you can all try saying at home. If you know how to say it, you can come say it to me the next time I see you. So what author, very famous Southern author, set almost all of his novels in this Mississippi county? So looking for the author's name this time. So not the place. I've given you the place. Just looking for the author's name. Number 5, I'm ready for my close-up. Here we have an illustration of another author, born in 1975, currently 44 years old. Author of many novels, collections of short stories, essay collections. She just came out with an essay collection earlier this year, a really slim one, that she wrote during kind of quarantine. They're all amazing. It's an amazing little collection. So can you remember the name of this person? Born in 1975, British novelist, essayist. Just looking for her name, if you can remember it. All right, number 6, Mysterious Mysteries. This mystery author is most famous for her 2017 Edgar Award-winning novel Bluebird, Bluebird, and its 2019 follow-up Heaven, My Home. Both novels star Darren Matthews, a Black Texas Ranger, as he solves crimes along Highway 59 in Texas. She was also one of the head writers on Hulu's adaptation of Celeste Ng's Little Fires Everywhere. So I've given you the 2 mystery novels she has written. The Edgar Award is kind of like the Oscars for mystery books. So just looking for her name, if you can remember it. And the Little Fires Everywhere thing probably doesn't help you. I just thought that was interesting. So, looking for the author's name. So, wrote the 2017 Bluebird, Bluebird, and its follow-up, Heaven, My Home. Number 7, that's Child's Play. Earlier this month, this author published her highly anticipated first novel for children, Ikenga. Her writing is heavily influenced by her dual Nigerian and American heritage. She has received a Hugo Award, a Nebula Award, and an Eisner Award for her work. She is best known for her science fiction novels for adults, Who Fears Death, Binti, and her young adult fantasy, Akata Witch. I've given you a few titles here, handful of titles. Can you remember the author of all of these books? So Hugo Awards and Nebula Awards are both given for like science fiction and fantasy literature, but the Eisner Award is given for graphic novels. Can you remember who wrote Ikenga, Who Fears Death, Binti, and Akata Witch? All right, number 8, Cover from Another Mother. So this is the 2018 novel. I just won't quit, won't stop selling. So I've given you some various international covers here. Just looking for the title of the book, if you can remember it, and the author will get you a point as well. So 2018 novel has been incredibly successful, still selling zillions of copies in hardcover over 2 years later. Looking for the title and the author. And number 9, Swords and Spaceships. So round 5 is hard, so it's always fun for a round to give a little throwaway in round 5. So here we go, science fiction or fantasy? That is the question. Science fiction or fantasy? Let me know, I'm curious. Both is acceptable as well, I suppose. Always nice to give everybody a point. So science fiction or fantasy? Let me know. And the last question of the quiz tonight. Literary before and after. So we have Patricia Highsmith's 1952 romance novel, later republished as Carol and adapted into a 2015 film starring Cate Blanchett and Rooney Mara, meets Samin Nosrat's 2017 cookbook about the 4 essential elements to great cooking. That's a lot of words, so I'll let you guys mull that over. Looking for Patricia Highsmith's 1952 novel. And its original title was later republished as Carol when the film was made. And Nosrat's 2017 cookbook about 4 essential elements to great cooking. And that's it, everybody. That's the quiz. So if you need something repeated before we go over round 5 answers, I'm super happy to do that. It goes a lot faster when I don't have to kill time while Jamie's grading. So just let me know in the chat if you need anything repeated, and I'm happy to do that. Question 6. Yes, you got it. Looking for the name of this mystery author. She won the Edgar Award in 2017 for her novel Bluebird, Bluebird. She followed it up with Heaven, My Home. And they both follow Darren Matthews, who is a Black Texas Ranger. Just looking for the author's name, if you know it. All right. Anything else? Give you guys a couple more seconds here. This is crazy. Usually they have tons of repeats on round 5. All right. Well, looks like that might be it. So I'm going to go ahead and give the countdown for you guys to get your answers in. Just, shout in the chat if you need me to stop. All right. 10, please. Okay, someone did. All right. So Highsmith's 1952 romance novel, later republished as Carol, meets Samin Nosrat's 2017 cookbook about the 4 essential elements to great cooking. See if you can puzzle it out. Smash them together. Make them fit. Thanks, Teresa. You rock. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. That is the end of round 5. So we're going to go over the answers here. And I'll bid you all adieu and then email you scores in just a moment. So round 5 answers. So number 1, name that cover. That was the cover of Luster by Raven Wani. Really, really good book. If you've been interested in reading it, you should get on it. The bestseller we were looking for was The Bridges of Madison County. Bridges of Madison County. The newspaper headline was The Hunchback of Notre Dame by Victor Hugo. The Hunchback of Notre Dame by Victor Hugo. That county in Mississippi, those were where all of Faulkner's novels were set. William Faulkner was the author we were looking for. That was an author illustration of Zadie Smith. Zadie Smith. If you have like a spare $10, you should pick up her essay collection, Intimations, that came out like a month ago. It's super, super good. And it'll make you, it'll help with your 2020-ness. All right, Mysterious Mysteries. The author we're looking for was Attica Locke. Attica Locke. The author we're looking for in Child's Play was Ndedi Okorafor. It's a great novelist. Those are all international covers of Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. Where the Crawdads Sing. And Swords and Spaceships, there are no wrong answers. I guess unless you said neither. neither sci-fi or fantasy, then maybe you're wrong. I don't know. Literary before and after: the price of salt, fat, acid, heat. Price of salt, fat, acid, heat. All right, and that is the quiz, everyone. We will be doing a spooky themed one on the 26th. It won't be all about horror literature, just because it gets really, really hard if it's entirely horror. But some spooky things, every interpretation of that word. So mark the date on your calendar, same time, 10/26. This seemed to work pretty well doing it from work as far as tech issues go. And I think Jamie will be able to help me next month. So we will have on-spot scores. Thank you all so much. I really enjoy doing this for you all. And I'm excited for the day where I can do it to your faces. But it's nice to see you all in the chat. Like I said, I will get off of here and grade and then send out an email with the scores as well as a $5 off coupon for you guys to use online. Yeah, so thank you all so much. Have a wonderful evening and good job one and all. And we will see you in a month for ghosts and skeletons. All right. Bye, all. See you soon.